Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Hunter x Hunter chapter 415. So last time we had Benjamin's soldiers starting to kill people because of martial law being declared, so it's like, free for all. Or rather just, for them, it's free to kill basically anyone. As long as they're not a prince, and they do it discreetly. But yeah, anyone who is seen as resisting, which, how can you resist when you're asleep? Doesn't matter. You're getting killed as well. But yeah, it seems like they were mainly targeting the rest of Halkenberg's guards, if I recall correctly. At least that's from looking at, the room that the first soldier that we saw was in. Or at least, people who were seeing the room he was in. That's, I think, what was happening. And then we had Lucidus tell one of his guys to check, because stall Benjamin's guy that won't mess with a hunter associate, just freestyle some excuse. Hurry, don't let him out of the break room. And then he finds a guy that we started seeing in the chapter. So that's why I was a little confused on okay, is it in Halkenberg's room? Or was he actually on Lucidus? But I think that this hunter guy was just outside of Lucidus' room. But then, actually, now I'm not sure. I think he might have been inside of Lucidus' room. 10:07. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I was just being dumb. So they prepare to fight. And then we cut away to these guys being outside of another room. 10:09. That's why I got confused. I thought these guys were outside of the same room. But nope. Gotcha. And we gotta get a whole explanation as to Yushohi doesn't like to use N. And then basically it's okay, he's getting powered up basically by his partner here, his ally. Yeah, touching him for a period of time can make him invincible for an equal amount of time. But once that time runs out, Setsu is forced on you for 100-fold of the same amount of time. But basically, for the time that he's gonna spend getting powered up. Yeah, depending on the total damage that's nullified after the invincibility ends, I'm going to die. So that's pretty risky, but they are Benjamin's soldier after all. They're here for the cause. And then the rest of the chapter is Kurapika and Bill is just talking and theorizing and just re-establishing Bill's allegiances. And what what do we actually do to protect Wobble? And after a lot of, thinking of like, what do we go for? They go with elucidate Beyond's curse and find out whether Prince Wobble is a target. If she is, we'll have to identify Beyond's child, who is the curse sacrifice, and undo the curse. And we also got that Oito does have a way to contact, how, just to know where Wobble is in case of an emergency. I'm just rereading a little bit. Yeah, the moment her ineligibility is proven, we will be criminals. That's why she was hesitant to do it. And so, Kurapika assures her, I promise I have friends I can trust more than myself. I swear on my life, they will protect the prince. Honestly, after thinking about it for a week, I think this is my favorite Kurapika moment in the story so far. This was so beautiful for, what it means in regards to Kurapika's character arc, where he is mentally and emotionally, and how he's grown from, how he started. So yeah, that gets to me. And we see the goats, Gon and Killua, as well as Aluka, as we get, just very brief glimpse of where they are, just hanging out in the world. And that's why I put on my Gon shirt, in case we see him this chapter. And yeah, we get like how they're gonna do it. Through a post office, and use a code and all that. And using that loophole, there won't be a record of it. And we left off with there is 49 days till the end of the Succession War. So yeah, I adore this this not sudden, but just I don't think anyone saw it coming. Just this surprising plot and character progression. So yeah, I'm all up for it. Hell yeah. I still can't get over Kurapika's expression when he says they will protect the prince. There's so much light in those eyes. Like, you can tell he genuinely believes it. Yeah. Kurapika willing to share the burden with his friends, instead of forcing himself to just do all of this by himself. It's really sweet to see. But okay, let's get to 415. Titled Authenticity. 2 months prior to the voyage. Okay. I think this is Furykov. Okay, so he's using Nen in a computer? Okay. We're under attack. And then on the screen, it's showing, I don't know, a video of like it looks kind of like a, fantasy house. Interesting. Oh, it's a video game. Select weapon, armor, tool. And then the tool option has like a exclamation mark inside a triangle. Okay, so he goes into it. And then there's a bunch of options. With one of them looking like, the urn where the princes, put on their hands for the ceremony. There's more symbols, but I don't know what I would make out of some of them. Maybe one of them is the TSK-17. A curse. Remove curse. Okay. Gotcha. Affected users. What is this, man? How did Furykov get this? How was this even... I guess the closest I can think of is like, when Goren and Killua use the Hunter Association site, and you kind of like straight up go into the computer, but this is different. So, okay, so he clicks on it. Affected users. Okay, so Furykov is PX4098, and then there's another person with a question mark on it, being just a, generic silhouette. There's someone besides me who got cursed. Who is that? If they're listed here, it means they received the same curse at the same time I did. Maybe someone in the military? Another prince's personal guard? It must be related to the succession battle. An alert pops up when there's a phased, manipulative attack or a covert nin attack that causes a curse or illness. It wasn't there when I checked this morning, so it happened during the day. Today was... okay, this is interesting. I'm sorry, I'm just like still like, how do the mechanics of this laptop application works? Now that's neat though, that he can check that, even if still didn't help him with not being cursed. The Seed Urn Ritual. Is it possible the prince got cursed at the same time I did? Wait, which prince? Benjamin? What? This was 2 months prior. But, the way that Benjamin was trying to figure it all out, it was like, I don't know, 2 chapters ago? It gave me the impression that it was way more recent. His mom trying to use Furykov. But maybe, let me keep reading. If Nan is involved in this succession battle, it tracks that it would affect the entourage. Wait. But then all the princes and guards supporting the Black Whale should be listed here. This isn't within the succession battle. Oh, what if... It's gotta be related to Beyond's curse, right? If the Seed Urn Ritual triggered a curse on me and my prince, only a few people could have done it. The face isn't displayed because whoever cast the curse wished to conceal themselves, because they're up to no good. There's only one guy who would pull such a stunt. Okay. Next page. This is Furykov, first Prince Benjamin's personal guard. Put me through to Beyond. On what business? Confirming important details on the succession battle. Hello? You are the one who did it, right? Oh? I'm quite surprised you noticed. That takes some talent. The answer is yes. It's a safeguard to make sure the succession battle goes off without a hitch and guide the heir for Kakin's prosperity. The curse placed on you will work in Prince Benjamin's favor. If you lie, my ability will give you away. I see. Then why are you calling me? Let your ability tell you. If you lie, my ability will give you away. That's Furykov talking. Okay. I wanted to save time and effort, so what kind of curse is it? Oh, yo. Look at the vein in his forehead. He's pissed. In a nutshell, it activates when you die. The postmortem then will curse a prince to death. Prince in quotation marks. I placed it right after you were born. Don't worry, there's no harm until you die. So the trigger was that prince participating in the Seed-earned ritual. Exactly. Okay. I feel like they know which prince, but they're just being vague. I know Prince Benjamin's ability, so I'll just say, this kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Even if you die along the way, you take out another prince with you, and Prince Benjamin gets your gifts. I mean, it is interesting that Furykov saw the advantage that it would give Benjamin, and instead of trying to remove the curse, he was like, okay, well, I'll keep it then. But let's see. That's kind of crazy though, like, he was just able to talk and get straight answers from beyond fairly easily. If what you say is true, haha, so why don't you check out with your ability? You won't believe me no matter what I say. He wants to sail to the new continent. If he needs to side with Prince Benjamin, he wants to preserve the status quo. The adventure will need long-term support after all. His plan is to score points with the next king in order to use the Kakin colony as a base camp. Yep. I can't tell you the target of the curse or any other details. Wanna interrogate me? I'm an Uber VIP after all. Go through the king. Since I'm helping to make sure the succession battle goes smoothly, I don't think it'll go in your favor. No wonder he's so confident. A prince, and activates by my death. Also in quotation marks. I gotta authenticate those first. Beyond doesn't know my ability. He plays the curse with the assumption that I wouldn't find out and then got busted. As for what he said after that, if my death triggers a curse that kills a prince, it's true. Telling me doesn't affect his plan. He figured I wouldn't find out which prince. Even if I did, there's no way to undo it. But I have my combo master. It'll be easy to crack his ability. Alright. If I volunteer to watch him, spend a few hours or days by his side, it'll tell me the details of the curse, how to make an antidote, and how long it'll take to make it. Make cleansing item. Okay, I don't, like, we know that Furykov still has it in the present, but okay, never mind then. I was, like, saying, you know, how quickly he was okay with it and he didn't even try to exercise it. But no, it seems he tried. And judging by the face in the next panel, he was he encountered a big obstacle. It will take 365 days to decipher the curse. Proceed? Yes or no? It'll take 700 days to decipher how to manufacture and conjure a potion. X, deciphering results pending. Wait, it's just the fact that that is asking like how long it'll take to decipher how to manufacture and then conjure a potion. I think the whole like application on a computer, I think that's part, if not all, of Furykov's Hatsu. That's gotta be it. But okay, no wonder he didn't do it. Because they're not spending a whole year in the well. And much less 700 days. A whole year just to decipher it by his side? And 2 more years to conjure a potion. This is the foil exorcist. He wove a complex spell to impede deciphering. Once deciphering is done, the conjuring time may decrease, but still, a whole year? I don't have that kind of time. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Hey, what's wrong? Asked to Furykov. Did you just find out something about my curse? I told you. I placed it when you were born. It's been 20 or so years. Taking over your aura over time, accumulating strength, beat by beat. It won't easily be removed. Oh my god. Like, we already knew this was, so insidious, but, yeah, the way that he describes it here is kind of chilling. You gave yourself away. A curse that needs that much aura isn't to target a normal person, but an end user. Is my target Prince Benjamin? I prepared this for the succession battle, right? Once it starts, an end beast called the Spirit Guardian Beast appears to protect each prince. No matter who the target is, the stronger the curse is, the better. Well, you wouldn't believe me even if I explained it. Duh! I do want the explanation. I would believe it. But yeah, I'm guessing that the Kurapika, I'm guessing Kurapika is gonna go and talk to him directly. If not, then Bill. But Beyond is probably gonna give similar answers. Skepticism is more than you deserve. A scumbag who sees everyone besides yourself as pawns. Now go ahead, Furykov. I mean, Beyond won't care about being called out. But I still think it's important that Furykov sees it for what it is and isn't scared to actually say it to him out loud. Not just that, but there's also like, a clear difference between him and Long Hee, because Long Hee wouldn't have cared, being a pawn. What she was mad about is that she wasn't told that she was one. Whereas Furykov very much is insulted and just angry that he's being used as a pawn. And not just him, just literally everyone that Beyond has, used in his plans. They're not people to him. So yeah, I like this for Furykov. I feel like he's becoming a more fleshed out character because of this. His MO is to blow smoke by interweaving fact and fiction, so the truth has got to be in there somewhere. I'll clean it out. And that's different than what Bill was saying last chapter. That, Beyond would be so eager about, talking about his machinations that he wouldn't even bother to lie. But here Furykov is very confident that there is, the truth and the lie are interwoven together. Whoa, aren't you the personal guard of the eldest son of the Kakin kingdom? Are you saying you're dissatisfied being Prince Benjamin's pawn? Don't you mention his name in the same breath, bastard! His Highness and I are leaves of the great tree of Kakin, public servants unlike you mired in greed. Okay. I was just thinking, like, how do those feelings mix up with his dynamic with Benjamin? But there's the there it is. He's very much a big Kakin nationalist, and so Furykov, fully believes in the cause. Like I said, he genuinely admires and idolizes Benjamin. That he's like, that yeah, Benjamin does not use him as a pawn. He believes that, and I kinda see where he's coming from. I think Benjamin, just, deep in his heart, in his own way, he cares about his soldiers. It's not just a one-way street. Now, obviously, he still sees them as lower than himself. But I don't think he's as cold with them as Beyond is with his own children, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think the main factor here is that Furykov sees Beyond and is like, yeah, you're just doing this for greed. But he sees Benjamin and he's like, oh, he's doing this for the betterment and prosperity of Kakin, this great nation. You better not ever compare yourself to him. Your motivations and goals are nowhere near as noble as his. That's basically how I take it. I cut you some slack for the language in honor of your loyalty. Not to mention our family, but I'll give you a warning. There are many goals in the succession battle, but there's only one path forward to receive protection from the guardian spirit beast by taking the place of the current king and to ensure the nation's prosperity. Kill all the princes besides Prince Benjamin before the Black Whale arrives at the new continent, and select the sole heir. That's the rule. I admit that this scenario is best for my continued amicable relations with Kakin. I respect Prince Benjamin and his men for not participating in the carne levere? What? Is that like a phrase I'm not familiar with? Oh, it's a medieval and Italian expression, means to remove meat or take away flesh. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, the tracks. I respect Prince Benjamin and his men for not participating in the carne levity. But like, is he being literal with it, or like, is there more with that term? Because like, I'm just thinking like, oh, he means like mass killing. But like, with, you know, martial law, they just started with that. So like, I don't think that's what it is. Let me know if you know more about that. This is making me want to talk too much, so I'm hanging up now. Bye. Oh, I suggest you make effective use of my curse for your Prince Benjamin. Click. That was a very interesting conversation. Oh my god. No shot. We're only like 6 pages in? Yo, there was a lot of interesting stuff there, but yeah, I'll keep going, otherwise I'm gonna stay here a whole hour. Okay. And so Furykov just kept, you know, typing away, clicking away in his computer. The Sid urn ritual is still ongoing. According to the schedule, it had only gotten as far as the 8th prince by the time I opened my laptop and noticed the curse. So my target is one of the first 8 princes. If it's not Prince Benjamin, could it be the 2nd? I know she's a NAN user, so she's just a critical threat as the 9th prince, in the sense that she could overturn the current system. No, I can't take what he said at face value. I have to figure this out for myself. Well, good luck to you, Furykov. And now we're back on the present. I think? Oh, day 11 Wednesday, 1:50 p.m. 25 minutes before martial law is declared. General store dealer? Yes. It's a delivery service that uses drones and high-speed boats. We send our request and they deliver what we need. I think, if I recall correctly, this is the service that one of the family members, I think from, I wanna say, Char? You know, the Phantom Troop fan that wanted an autograph, and so he asked for paper, and then he got told the whole process to arrive. So they run until we enter the stormy seas. Oh, that's graphic. So they run until we enter the stormy seas, since that's the limit of their operational space. The final deadline for requests is 2 weeks after we set sail. Letters will get a reply in about a week. Even with several screening processes, it will be expected to reach my sister in 3 to 5 days. This is the postcard I would use. It doesn't look particularly out of the ordinary. Yes, this is a normal letter I would send if we're safe. If anything were to happen, I was going to send a coded letter using the Yamato language. My mother's side of the family comes from Yamato. Okay. So, kakin in hiragana, katakana, and kanji. It is interesting that I don't think we've ever gotten a place in Hunter x Hunter that's in Japanese. So Yamato seems to be the first one. The writing system uses multiple scripts. It's complicated, but it's easier to adjust the number of characters to fit the code. Even if it doesn't sound completely natural, they'll just think I'm just not fluent. Gotcha. Also, wait. I think the, kakin, hiragana, katakana, and kanji, that's for us, the readers. Because, Hunter x Hunter uses a different language writing system. But, unless that's just for this place, Yamato, and they use Japanese there. Would have to take the utmost care with the text in case it gets decoded. Specific names and place names are risky, please avoid them. I know. Someplace both of them can identify with a keyword, but also somewhere far from home would be ideal for a meetup. Alright. Will you give me advice on the text? Of course. Please, write what you want to convey in your own words. Oh, this is a cool panel. Literally splitting Kurapika down the middle. Let's see what each side says. Mail is pretty risky. Even if it passes military inspection, will the drone be able to reach land? The delivery process over land isn't secure either. A postcard could get smudged, rendering the code illegible, and even if the message reaches the cistern, could a normal person without any training understand the instructions given the limited word count? Adapt quickly to unforeseen circumstances and meet up with our messengers, all while traveling with an infant? And so those are like Kurapika's doubts in regards to, this method we're using to contact. The worst case would be the military finding out the plan, decoding the message, and then tracking the postcard. The first prince and his men understand that if they could confirm that Prince Wowell isn't in the succession battle, it means they have one less rival to contend with. If Prince Wowell gets captured, we lose, and the queen and her family will be killed. It's too dangerous. Should I not use a code or even bother sending the letter at all? But I can't imagine the sister would trust those two boys if they suddenly show up without warning, claiming to be Hunter associates. Yeah, okay. It's just Kurapika going through all the possibilities of what can go wrong. And, what will make the plan fail. Oh, Kurapika, you're also such an overthinker, but, very justifiably so. But at the same time, it's like, what else can we do, right? Other than trust that things will go right with the letter. Oh. What's happening? Next page is just... I think Oito is saying something to Kurapika, and we just don't know what they're talking about. It's being kept secret. But Oito is looking very distressed. And Kurapika kinda as well. Well, that's worrying. Bobby Maina. Queen Oito would like to use the dealer service. Here are 8 postcards addressed to her family I'd like you to inspect. We don't do inspections anymore. It's supposed to go through us under customs law, but you can just hand them to the dealer as is. So distribution is still overseen by the military. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what Oito told Kurapika. But it is interesting that... How many? 8 postcards? I guess we'll find out. Ooh, cool double page spread of the Black Whale. This is an emergency announcement. A special martial law. A special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Okay. Another repeat. This is not a drill. And then we just see, Benjamin's soldiers just going around the whole place. Special martial law. Repeat, this is not a drill. Can't you make that stop? VIP area, second prince quarters. Damn it, why? Why is this happening? Room 1003. Repeat, this is not a drill. Is it because I had the coin I got from Zhang? What is bro panicking about? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Okay, now we're in 1004 with Seri, and I forget this guy's name, but you know, Theta's friend. Special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. It's martial law. Shouldn't we do something? The prince does not seem bothered one bit. He's very focused on his training. Okay, 1005. Everyone, stand by until the next orders are given. No leaving on these quarters until martial law has been lifted. The prince will take shelter in room 1001 with their security guards. That's Tubepa, right? Yeah. Tubepa's guards. As if we ever leave anyway. Yep. Do you want to get shot? I can call it suspicious activity. Yo, Rihan acting too trigger happy. Calm down. Don't point a gun at my scientist. They're irreplaceable personnel I need for research on the continent. That's if the voyage continues without incident. Don't you see? There's a threat of a coup. A threat to national security, and they're using the succession battle as cover. Okay, man. Until we get to the bottom of this, there's a truce. Now please move quickly to room 1001. There will be an explanation of the military response, but if the situation remains opaque and the threat is serious, you will all live together in room 1001. Might as well just line all of them up in one single line and shoot. It will be tighter than individual quarters, but you'll have to put up with it for a while. For how long? Prince Benjamin will explain in room 1001. Explain? Huh? I thought that was Benjamin's last resort. But something must have occurred for it to happen so early. Or if it was planned, it could be a surprise attack to kill his rivals. The higher-ranking princess earlier had... If it was planned, it could be a surprise attack to kill his rivals, the higher-ranking princess, earlier. Hard to say whether I count as being in that group. Where they draw the line between succession battle strategy and rebuffing the threat of government overthrow, I'm looking forward to hearing this explanation. I can take my security guards to room 1001, right? You may take as many as you want, as long as they're in the royal army. Weapons will be confiscated when you enter room 1001, but we will wait outside. Prince Benjamin alone will speak directly to you. Prince Benjamin by himself? I don't get what he's after, but it's not like I have a choice here. Use this time to run a test on those samples. The guardian spirit beast appeared at the same time 5th Prince Tubepa entered a contract with Kurapika. I made a guess that it was conditional, but it hasn't made a move since. The hypothesis that it needs Kurapika close by is gaining credibility. Okay. Okay, now there's Tyson. Lucidus is gone? Yeah, Rice is missing too. He could be with the boss. Call him. Yo, Tyson is looking so happy for what's happening. What did he tell you last? He told me to stall the first prince's guard. I went to the break room and he had already killed the 7th prince's guards. Before martial law was declared. That'll get you into trouble. Heh. Timestamps can be fudged later. The fact remains that this is the objective proof a Hunter associate attacked me, Benjamin's personal guard, and detained me. Now associates, Lucerus guards, and the Char family connected to them behind the scenes all will be eliminated for treason. Serves you right. Now we're on room 1011. Your Majesty, please go to VIP quarters. Rooms without princesses will be sealed off until martial law is lifted. Don't let Fujitsu out of the Justice Department. Don't let anyone in after you. Lock up. Room 1003. Then space 2 p.m. martial law. The order will come at 2:15 p.m. Acted once. Oh, there's a Bisky. Something's shifted in the First Prince's guard. He's acting calm, but his body is tense. If they're going to make us leave the room, it must be martial law. Follow their orders and wait for it to be lifted. Or eliminate the First Prince's guards and barricade ourselves in here at risk of being charged with treason? We can't leave this room. Only the 7th Queen guards, who are virtually useless, can accompany the prince. And once they walk through that door, just like Belarente, they won't be able to come back out. And that's not all. To offset the cost of creating and maintaining this level of net space, it's highly possible this ability is single use only. Okay. Oh, last page. If 13th Prince Bonayam leaves this space, his guardian spirit beast may reset or go into hibernation. Or worse, disappear altogether. Berge, a moment? I've been wanting to get another Verge and Bisky interaction again. But I just know we're gonna cut away right away, seeing the next panels. Weighing the risks of living against the risk of a siege. It's a no-brainer. For a powerless lower-ranking priest to survive, we cannot fight. We have to weather the siege. I hope things will go right for them. Room 1014, 20 minutes since martial law was declared. Okay, damn. Prince Benjamin has granted a pardon. The swapped prince lacked the capacity to assume responsibility and will be released without indictment. Okay. Queen Oito, for insulting the state and offenses against the crown, is subject to being placed in custody. Oh, Oito, look at her. But until the real Prince Wobble is located, and considering you're still a prospective Queen Mother, prosecution will be suspended. You may continue with your normal routine within the walls of this bedroom, but once you step foot outside, you will be considered a fugitive, effective immediately. I urge you to consider prudence in your actions. Alright. They're cautious of the possibility that Prince Wobble is somewhere on board. Yup. For sure. Martial law is probably also a means to search thoroughly for Prince Wobble, but I didn't think they would act so fast. This is way too hasty if it's in reaction to my reveal. There must be another, more important reason. And that's the end of the chapter. I mean, yeah. Kurapika would have to be like a mega genius to arrive to the correct conclusion, because he's missing crucial info on why Benjamin is doing all this. But okay, so she's technically in custody, but not really. But if she steps outside of the room, she will be considered a fugitive. And by that, I take it to mean that she would be shot on sight. So that's definitely gonna be very limiting. Okay. Very good chapter. But honestly, my throat is kind of getting a little sore from talking that much. And I don't really have much to add right now in terms of where, you know, the ending of the chapter. But I liked seeing what every prince is doing as martial law is being declared. But I'm gonna leave this here. So if you enjoyed this reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.